From right field on the south side of Chicago, MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Cubs. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog. I mean, look at these stats. He's got hitters guessing on every pitch. I'm excited to see if he can maintain his dominance in this.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Almost ready to get underway. And on the mound in this one, Shohei Ohtani.
Well, he brings into this one an excellent strikeout to walk ratio on the season. And when you consider the amount of swings and misses that he gets, and the fact that he's not issuing free passes. That's going to make him more economical in his pitch count, allow him to move into the middle and deeper part of ball games. So we'll see if that remains true in this one.
Jeter with a homer in his last game. The shortstop takes the ball. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Pitch is in the dirt, and the count's full. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Batting second, the designated hitter.
Digging in, Babe Ruth.
The Sultan of Swat, the King of Crash, the Colossus of Clout, Babe Ruth.
On its way to the corner, Matsui on the move towards foul ground. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Pickoff throw, and he's back in standing.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
The 1-2. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Ranging back to the warning track, makes the catch. Time to check out the lineup for the White Sox. Not a team that usually sees a lot of pitches or works a ton of walks, Chris. They take a more aggressive approach than some of the other teams in the league.
They definitely have a few free swingers in this lineup, hitters who want to be on the attack, and that's great as long as you got pitches in the zone. But if the pitcher's able to expand the zone, can be very difficult for an offense like this to get going. You've got to somehow draw some walks, put some runners on base so that when you do have those free swingers come up, you can cash in with some runs that are plated. This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first. It's going to be tough to get two with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
That misses the zone. Now 2-2.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it. He flexes his power with that swing. Home run number 15 on the year. It's 2-0.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
So one out, nobody on. Eddie Matthews steps to the plate for the White Sox. One down, base is empty. And it's fouled away. swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's the second out.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Vladimir Guerrero, the next to hit. Pulls that one foul. Righty delivers. And that wasn't even close. Ball 4.
2 walks in the first has to be some cause for concern. I mean, you're talking about a guy you want to pitch deep into the ball game. It's not going to help with the pitch count right there. They can't afford to hand out free bases at this rate.
And the batter now, Joe Morgan. Ground ball up the middle, and that one finds its way through. And now first and second with 2 outs. And here's the first baseman.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the reset button. Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
And the next pitch is way outside. Jose Bautista up next for the White Sox. Traffic on the bases with 2 already in to score here in the second game of the series. Up the middle. They take the force out. They limit the damage here. Back here on the south side, getting the start for the Chicago White Sox, Babe Ruth. Singy, always a treat when we get to watch him work.
Very crafty guy out there on the hill. A stellar career ERA in the low 2s. Very tough to get to. Just when you think you've got him figured out, he flips the script. We'll see how the hitters are able to adapt to him today.
That one misses. 3 balls and a strike.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
And a foul ball.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Hit on the ground to short. Throws across the diamond. 1 up, 1 down. Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit. And then when he does come in the zone, you may only get 1 pitch. You better not miss it.
And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever if they do at all. This lefty matchup thing's not going so well.
Here's a big power threat. Kazuo Oka. That's a hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
Batting 4th, the designated hitter,
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. The lefty ready, and a 1-1. And a curve misses outside. 2 on, 1 out. On the outside corner, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and getting out of this little jam.
In there, got him looking, and that one split the plate.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Now, Nori hitting the air, right field. Guerrero. And that's the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. And here is obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Ohtani ready to fire now. That's in there. Now 1-2. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 1 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Swung on, belted. That one back. And it hits the fence. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Here's Derek Jeter now with a runner in scoring position. And misses. It's a strikeout. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Babe Ruth will hit next. High fly ball down the left field line. Matsui snags it, and that is that. The White Sox leave 1, but they hold the 2-0 lead. Here on the south side, bottom of the second. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Kazuo Matsui. Way high with that one. 3-1 now. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. That skips over the fence, so it's an automatic double.
Well, there's something really nice about getting yourself an automatic double like that. You get to stroll into second base without having to worry about a throw and getting your uniform dirty. And now you're just looking for the next guy to kind of do the same thing. Maybe put one in the gap so you can jog home as well.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Suzuki now at the plate, outside low, and it's 2-1. And that's a base hit. Headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. It's offline. The run comes in, and it's a one-run game.
Well, that's a lonely feeling for an outfielder. The read wasn't great, and it really hurts when it costs your team a run.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Kyle Higashioka. Late on that fastball.
I love this part of the game. Does he really want to try and steal second against this catcher? I know he's fast, but it's pretty risky.
2-2 now. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Now snap throw to first, and he's back in there. And now Akinori Iwamura, and he chases a high fastball there. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
That's a nice at bat and a great take on 3-2. Probably could have gone either way in that spot around the knees.
So the batting order turns over, and next for the Cubs, Seiya Suzuki. Just missed.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
That one misses, and the count is 3-1.
Way to lay off that fastball off right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
And they're all loaded up.
So here we go again with the walks. It's been a real struggle finding the zone for him in the past. Now, even if they get out of this jam, these walks add pressure and stress to the entire team.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. Got him swinging on the curveball. That K is his third of the game.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third, 1 out, couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up, and that's where good teams, they go to. They operate on this level of next man up. That mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason. That helps keep the energy and morale high in the dugout.
And now, Kazuo got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. High fly ball, shallow right field. And that ends the inning. On to the third inning. Stepping in, Hank Aaron. And, of course, when it comes to Hank Aaron, he's one of the greatest sluggers of all time. 755 career homers, a record that stood for a long time.
Almost goes without saying that Mr. Aaron set the standard for power hitters in the sport for years. I mean, just an incredible 23-year career.
That one not close. 2-2. And it's not all about the home runs. It's RBIs, total bases. Hank did everything you'd want in the middle of the order guy. Battling here as he fouls it away. One more interesting thing about the hammer, if you subtracted all of his 755 homers, he'd still have 3,000 hits. In the air on the infield, Iwamura hauls it in for the out. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. In the dirt, 2-1. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now, it doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. This one in the air, center field, 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. Vladimir Guerrero steps to the plate for the White Sox. The 1-1. Swing and a foul, pushed off to the right, and that will get out of play. 2 down, nobody on. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. 1-2-3 go the White Sox. They lead it 2-1. And we're back. Here's Shohei Ohtani.
When he steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of secondary stuff. He is so settled in there. He owns the home plate area. You know, these Cubs showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense. You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Ground ball right side. Morgan tosses to first. 1 gone, bottom of the 3rd inning.
The first baseman, number 6, Rory Nakamura.
And next for the Cubs, Nori Nakamura. And a breaking ball misses outside. Next offering is fouled back.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And now it's filled up. 1 out, base is empty. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. Third home run of the season, and it ties it up.
He just sent a jolt of electricity into this stadium with that swing. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Matsui getting ready to hit. Inside. 2-1. 1 out, base is empty, and a run in here in the last half of the 3rd. Next pitch is outside. Center field. That's well struck. That's back there. Hangs off the wall. In safely with a double, his 2nd of the day.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
So digging in, Ichiro Suzuki. That one the other way. Throw to first in time. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Kyle Higashioka digs in now. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
3-2 now. Iwamura in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
The batter, number 4.
Akinori Iwamura, the next to hit. Popped in the air, left field. He's got it, and that will end the inning. The Windy City Showdown continues now. Here's the second baseman, Joe Morgan. Swing and a miss.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one carrying. Going, gone. It's his 6th home run of the season, and the White Sox jump out in front. It's 3-2.
He's really seeing the ball well lately. Good things are going to happen when you're locked in like this. Well, not every home run is a majestic blast off the bat, and even though he hit it pretty well, it was anything but a sure thing to get out. But today, the conditions were right. He got just enough of it, and I think the backspin really helped that thing carry.
And now, number 5. Swings and misses. That's strike 2.
Well, just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And there's a ball. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Top half of inning number 4. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information, but the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there.
Ouch, that one got him.
Up next for Chicago, the catcher.
And now a chance for Shea Langoliers. Bautista stands at first with 1 out. That one a little bit high. 2-1.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Ground ball, could be 2. Goes to second for 1. And that's 2. Back in right field. And now the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. The 1-1. Way out front for strike 2. High fly ball out to center field. Aaron gets under it. And there's one away. Hideki
Now
Matsui, the next Cub to hit.
Hideki Matsui.
The 1-1. Line drive. Makes the grab for the second out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball, just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
Two down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Inside, almost got him. This to third, Matthews. That's the inning. Cubs are down quietly. They're down 3-2. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Two now. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Well, he didn't get the call on the mound to pitch before. Felt like he should have had him looking, I think. But, you know, that's good composure right there. He found a way to come back with another good pitch to get him to swing and miss.
Babe Ruth steps to the plate for the White Sox. The 1-1 is fouled off. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Base is empty, one away, and we're at the top of the fifth. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Ripped to short. Tosses across the first. And the first two set down at the top of the fifth.
The batter, the center fielder, Hank Aaron.
Two down, base is empty. And next to him for the Sox, Hank Aaron.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
And a 2-1 hammered but foul. 2 outs, base is empty. Chopped left side. Matsui sends it to first. And the White Sox go quietly. Down in order go the White Sox. But they still lead at 3-2. The Windy City Showdown continues now. Bottom of the inning. And now here is Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Movement for the White Sox in their bullpen. Kevin Gausman, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. Miller getting loose as well. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
And now the first baseman, Nori Nakamura. That one missed. Home team down a run. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Kazuo Matsui. And that's in the dirt. This one in the air. Settles underneath it. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They trail it 3-2. Back here on the south side. Started the 6th, John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Eddie Matthews.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Now it's the right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot.
Now pitching for
so a young arm coming on now out of the pen, Koko Takahashi.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Line drive, and that's base hit out into center field. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Back-to-back base hits. The ball absolutely jumped off the bat on that swing. Kind of made my eyes light up. And the data we're getting doesn't disappoint in the slightest. 116 miles per hour exit velocity. Tell you what, that will do the job.
And next to him for the Sox, Joe Morgan. Swings through that. First and second, no out. And we're the top half of the 6th. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Hit in the air, left field. And there's one down. And here's the first baseman. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
And now 2-1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning. Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Safe at first as they can't make the play. Jose Bautista now at the plate. Ball to strike, the pitch, and there's the ball.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
That one is upstairs.
Look, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Right through there for a strike.
Ball 4, and a run comes in to score.
He's really gotten himself into a mess out there and now forces home a run with the walk. This inning's definitely getting away from him.
So bases loaded with manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see it. Yu Darvish into the game.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
And now 2 balls and a strike.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
This one's blistered. No doubt about it. Out of here. Grand slam. Home run number 5 on the season, and they add on. It's 8-2. He put a charge into that one.
That was a lightning swing right there, no doubt about it. Well, he comes through big time with the grand slam here, but you also got to give some credit to the guys ahead of him. Good at bats to get on base and really set the table for a very special moment in this one.
Stepping in, the White Sox leadoff man, Derek Jeter. Swinging a ground ball, and that's just foul. One down, base is empty. Jeter watches that pitch, miss the strike zone for a ball. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat.
The bat, number 7.
2 outs, base is empty. Now here is Babe Ruth. And a seed into center. That's a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Now a chance for Hank Aaron. Darvish delivers. Swing and a chopper out to short. Zips it across. And they're happy to just get off the field after that. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Emilio Pagan.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
And a swing and a miss. Activity in the pen for the White Sox. Kevin Gausman up and throwing. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
There's a line drive to left field. Bautista hauls it in, and there's one away. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. So up next, Kyle Higashioka. So now pinch hitter for the Cubs, Masataka Yoshida.
Number 34.
Man, it must be nice to pull a superstar off your bench, huh?
The Cubs with a lot of ground to make up here in the bottom of the sixth. Popped up right side, Morgan. He makes the grab, and there are 2 outs. 2 down, bases empty. Now it's the second baseman, Akinori Iwamura. And strike 2. Two outs. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. And it's still 8-2. Now into the ball game on defense, Miguel Amaya. He takes over behind the plate. Here's the third baseman, Eddie Matthews. Next offering in there for a strike. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Gets a piece and stays alive. That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Leading off for the White Sox.
And now the right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero. On the ground to short, could be 2. 1 at second. And they get him easily at first. It's a double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Joe Morgan steps to the plate for the White Sox. And that's too high. Lined into left center, and that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. Pulls in with a double. Third hit for him today. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
And now it's going to be number 5. Foul ball there. Morgan at second with 2 down. This one in the dirt. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Good job to fight that one off. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And a foul ball. He stays alive.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end. Man on second, 2 down. And ball 4, 2 aboard. Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Here's the left fielder, Jose Bautista. 2 on, 2 outs. That one pushed foul. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. White Sox strand a couple. They lead at 8-2. Back at the ballpark as we take a check of the bullpen so far this season.
Suzuki.
And a big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that one is inside.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
1 down, base is empty.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
Foul ball. Laser could be trouble, and that's going to get into the corner. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in. Throw is offline, and he's got a double.
Everything came together for him. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
One out, runner at second. Now here is Kazuo Oka. The next offering misses. Now 2 balls and a strike. 1 out and a runner at second. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swings through that one out in front that time. Oka started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first. No swings, says Freddie Ferguson. Man at second. On the inside corner for called strike 3. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Shohei Ohtani. And that one hammered way back there. Caught just shy of the wall. This one pretty well decided at this point. 8th inning coming up. White Sox 8 and the Cubs 2. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Shea Langoliers.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just going to have to tip your cap on that pitch.
A little bit low. And the count's full. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Suzuki racing over to make the catch.
No, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
1 down, base is empty. Hit in the air, left field. Matsui puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
That one close, ruled a ball. Ball 3. Hank Aaron would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
He swings and fouls one off. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. On the ground right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Lee Smith.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
The first baseman, Rory Nakamura.
Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there. Movement for the White Sox in their bullpen. Kevin Gausman, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Out towards right center. That's well struck. Going back to the warning track. Makes the catch.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
This one lifted in the air, left field. 2 away now. 2 outs, base is empty. Ichiro Suzuki. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. That missed by a lot. And a count 2-1. In the air, out towards right center. Hank sizing this one up, brings it in for the 3rd out. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment. Here comes the manager out of the dugout.
Now pitching.
Kodai Senga will take over here.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Do you remember when Tim Kirkchin ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, they used one of the kid-sized ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze. I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings could hold up for it now.
I feel like 5 years ago you could have handled the freeze. It would have been fun, and I would bait you into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze, and it just never materialized.
Yeah, I appreciate that you had enough confidence in me that I could beat a guy who looks like he was going to the Olympic trials at some point or another. But yeah, it's always a great thing to watch there at Truist Park.
Would you have worn one of those bobsled outfits like the freeze wears?
Nah, it would have been a little too revealing for me at this age.
I feel you. Eddie Matthews steps to the plate for the White Sox. One down, base is empty. Out to short. Whips it to first on the run. And it beats him. What a play. And next to hit for the Sox, Vladimir Guerrero. Headed towards the corner. And a foul ball. The White Sox up big in this one. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Suzuki makes the play, and that is that. Back back at the ballpark as we take a check of the bullpen so far this season.
Miguel Amaya.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next pitch just misses, and the count is even 2-2. That one missing inside. Fly ball to right. Guerrero makes the catch for the out. And next for the Cubs, Akinori Iwamura. That one ripped. That's back. That's not coming back. He'll circle the bases. It's 8-3. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. It's Singy. It tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
Swings through it for the K. Now only 1 out remaining.
No, that slider down and away. It's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in the last half of inning number 9. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The Cubbies down to their final strike. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. And that's hammered into right field. That's a base hit.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
So man aboard. Next to hit, Kazuo Oka. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike. 1 run across in the frame so far. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Off the mark there, and it's 2-2. Lifted to left, and that should do it. And he's got it. Ball game. And the White Sox, even this series, up at a game apiece.
Sometimes it takes just getting away from home. Players can sort of come together, connect a little bit more than they do when they're at home with their families, and that can breed to success on the field, as we saw in this game today. Excellent win by this team.
8-3 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.